Good morning, everybody. It is August the 5th, 2015. Time for another day of trading. Yesterday, Lockhart's statement that the Fed should raise interest rates in September. Be perfect timing for it. The economy was strong enough to handle it. It would take quite a change in our economic conditions to not raise interest rates. Since stocks and treasuries lower, dollar went higher, and that selling continued overnight. So we're in a situation, just structurally, we've got pretty good support. We got volume here, volume there, this 24-25 area. Got some high volume number. We're dealing with a B pattern overnight, both volume wise and TPO wise, and we've got pretty good resistance starting at 2. And it really runs all the way up to 9.5. That was the last rotate up there. So this 8 to 9.5 is where the market should stop if the selling's going to continue. If the selling's got potential to really move, then this 5 area. So this 5 to 9 area right in here, it should be pretty stout resistance. So we're going to put our first sell 2 to 6. Obviously, it might take a little bit lower price to get in. I do believe there is one sell left in the market this morning to retest the lows, and then 11 to 15. And well, actually, let's make it 9 to 13. Pick up the spot right there. On the buy side, I think we are pointed lower. I think we can get through 28, so we're going to put a question mark at 29. We're going to put our first buy at 21.25. Trying to pick up this area over in here. And then 17 to 13. Okay, we have a lot of news today that could change things. The ADP $210K. I've seen it as high as 215. Trade balance, no one will pay any attention to it. Minus 43B. PMI services. $55.2. ISM services at 56.2. And crude inventories minus 1.3. Okay, the Fed, you know, they sent a lot of trial balloons out. Lockhart's statement could have been just to see how the stock market took it, and it sold. And again, the only bright spot economically that we have, or the only two, are low interest rates and the stock market strength. Okay, out of Europe, the EU's service PMI was up 0.2. It held in there, but it was mixed, depending on which country you're in. The European Union's retail sales were off 0.6%. That's a big drop. And in Great Britain, their services came down a little. So, news focus, ADP, ISM services. This number could come in lower than forecast. If so, it'll make Lockhart's statements seem a little less imposing. And Don Manning just told me this morning that another Fed Governor, Powell, spoke and said he was not in favor of a rate increase in September. And that may be supporting the market. Thank you, Don. We are synergistic. We get great support from our members study-wise. If it makes sense to us, we get it into the software, and our members have been probably responsible for about half of the stuff we look at on the screens now. And this is how we grow. Appreciate it, Don. Okay, Chris comes back today. We'll get Chris with you, Don, tomorrow or Friday, and let you work through the any meeting setups, and then we'll be ready for your webinar at your convenience in the not too distant future on trading the 30-year. And listen, if you haven't discovered the 30-year, it's a hell of a contract. It's one to be paid attention to. And we got a pretty strong rally right here. Got the single print at 24. We've got this spill from 24. We've got that high at 21. So the first sell is aggressive as hell. It's where we are right now, 19 to 23. And then this market usually moves pretty quickly. We have an M high at 29. We've got an L high at 02. So we'll make 29 to 01 sell 2. With the idea, we've got the news is strong enough this morning to support Lockhart's statements. Got volume at 8. We've got volume over here at 8. So 5 to 9. Actually, I'm not going to do that. We're going to make it 1 to 5 by 1. And then 21 to 25 by 2. We're going to give this one some room. The knob spread came in quite a bit last night, which is off the case when the market sells. So 19 to 23 is pretty aggressive. 29 to 01 is not so aggressive. And 1 to 5 with a question mark at 9. And then 21 to 25 for the bond. Gold, once again, gold doesn't have a lot of interest. It's interesting to see the from a trader standpoint the different articles coming out right now, and because prices are low, we've got the usual you know, gold is a lousy investment out there articles. But again, you can see that we've got a buyer below 85. So this 80 to 85 area is pretty good support. And we've got a seller above 90, definitely above 111. So here we are, the bottom end of the trading range is held. We've got volume at 94. We're going to put a question mark at 90. And we'll make 94, 96 sell 1. And 99 to 01 sell 2. On the buy side, we're here. So 83, 85 is buy 1. That's support. Then 79 to 81 is buy 2. And not a lot of interest in trading gold these days. And what happens is when markets get quiet, people have grown used to the money they make when things are extremely volatile, and as the volatility comes in, to keep the same revenue stream, they've got to trade more size. And it happens, you see it most often in the options market, and pretty soon they're so over leveraged that a move that wouldn't have bothered them in the past will take them out of, you know, profitability into steep losses and really jeopardize their ability to keep their doors open. And gold is probably moving into that mindset given the lack of volatility. Looking at the euro, dollar was higher yesterday off of Lockhart's statements. And we got down to our 108.50 that we've been talking about all week. So this 108.50 is a pretty important support band. So 55 to 45 by 1. And then we'll make 108, 108.10 by 2 if we take out 50. It's been holding the market for a long time. On the sell side, 109 plus or minus. And then 109.25. So we're looking to sell 9s to 9 1/4 and buy the 108.50 area. Inventory day for crude. Rich watches the market but doesn't trade on a day like today because of the inconsistent results that come on inventory day. We're back up to 46. The market's rallied off its low just above 45. We've come a buck, so got a buck higher. Might get a little more short covering this morning, so 25 to 50 sell 1, 75 to 47 sell 2. A bullish, they're looking for a draw of 1.3 million barrels. That's kind of the default number these days. But a bigger draw than forecast quite often brings in selling. A lower draw than forecast quite often brings in buying. You just don't know on crude. And then 45 even, 45.25 for buy 1. Then 44.50, 44.25 for buy 2. And we could get some extra range and extra volatility. So we're opening it up on the buy side and we're tightening it up on the sell side. But crude, we know generally that prices are headed lower, more supply than demand. But on any given day, nobody knows which way crude's going. That's kind of neat. You don't have to waste any time futzing with the fundamentals or trying to figure out where the next market's turn is. Yeah, just trade what you see, not what you believe, and that's refreshing. Now, E-minis come up quite a bit. The only stock market that sold overnight was China's. It was the 5th day, and they've had 4 days of rally off of a short squeeze, was what most people figure. So here we are at 2100. Had a weak close yesterday off of Lockhart's statements, but we didn't break support. There was our 80 to 82. So right now, getting stops above the overnight session high. First sell is going to be 99 to 01. The market's come quite a bit. We do have news that could change everything this morning. If the news comes in higher than forecast, Fed can raise interest rates sooner rather than later. Sell stocks. That's generally been true, but not 100% of the time. You really can't count on much of anything in the E-mini anymore. ADP 210. Trade balance minus 43B. PMI services 55.2. Well above 50. Means the economy is motoring along sideways. The focus though will be ISM services 56.2. And crude inventories minus 1.3. Okay, I'm going to get busy getting everything up and posted. We'll be back with you as soon as possible. At 15 past the hour, 11 minutes, the ADP number will hit the markets. We'll have some quick commentary on that, and then back to the grind in a bit.